Hi everybody, welcome back to One Man's Paradise. I'm Dave.
And Kath here.
And today's video is about our trip to the Valencia Market this past Sunday. I think you'll find it an interesting place to go. We go every Sunday in order to get our produce, right?
Yes.
We noticed over the past couple of months that the prices have increased. So after this fun little video, make sure you stick around. We're going to talk about why those prices are going up and what they went up to since the video was made.
Not you, not her, not him or them gon' stop me from getting mine now. Not you, not her, not him or them gon' silence my rising inner child. Every time I look up in the sky, I know it'll be alright. Yeah. Every time I look up in the sky, I know it'll be alright. Not you, not her, not him or them gon' stop me from getting mine now. Not you, not her, not him or them gon' silence my rising inner child. Every time I look up in the sky, I know it'll be alright. Yeah. Every time I look up in the sky, I know it'll be alright. Gotta get mine. Gotta get mine. Gotta get mine. Gotta get mine. Gotta get mine.
Alrighty then. Hope you enjoyed that video. It was a lot of fun making. The prices have went up in the last 6 months or so, and there's several reasons why that would be. But let's talk about some of the prices right now. So the carrots were about 80 pesos per kilogram, and they're now about 140, so they've almost doubled. Potatoes were 120, now they're 140, so not a little bit, only a little bit, right?
Yeah, like 20 pesos.
Tomatoes, oh my gosh, that's where it really went up the most, right?
Yes.
When that video was made back in March, 70 pesos per kilogram.
Yes.
How much is it now?
You can get it from 250 or 220 if you're lucky.
Wow. Yeah, and we'll tell you why in a minute. Head lettuce. This was surprising too because back then it was at 120 per kilo, and it's what now?
280.
Yeah, 280 to 300. There for a while it was even creeping up to like 350, but it's kind of come back down again. Cabbage was 50, now it's 80. Broccoli was 120, now it's 280. The cucumber was 70, now it's 50, so that's one of the things that went down. White radish was 60, went to 80. Red bell pepper was 140, and it went to
240.
240. I mean, that's about $2 more per kilogram. Darn near double, actually. White onion was 100, now 120, not a big deal. And cauliflower was 100, now about 150, up to 200. So you can see that the prices have went up anywhere from, say, 20% up to, gosh, almost 100%, really, which is surprising to me. But after we thought about it, we did had a little bit of conversation with some of the vendors, we get a better idea of what's going on out there. Some of the reasons that the prices have raised is the difference between the hot season and the rainy season, right?
Yes, we have like dry and rainy season, like 6 months.
Mm-hmm. And which one's better? Which one's, obviously it was kind of like a hot season, like in March, right?
Our dry season normally starts from December to May, and the rainy season is from June to November, where we got a lot of rain and typhoons. So
we were towards the end of the dry season in March when those prices were low.
Yes.
So apparently, that's when a lot of the produce is coming into harvest time. Something else that happened this year that was a little different is there was the big volcano eruption. You have some notes on that? What was that?
Yeah, it happened last June 2024. So that eruption actually affected and destroyed a lot of farmers' plantation due to the ash fall, not only in the Canlaon, but also the neighboring cities. So that greatly affected the prices of our produce because most of the vegetables that are being sold here in the city or in the municipality is actually coming from Canlaon.
Yeah, up where it's higher elevation and cooler. You know, it makes sense for like the lettuce, and that's really why the lettuce went from like 120 to 350. It was crazy, and you could actually tell the difference too because they were picking it smaller than they needed to because they had to get it out of the ground, and even some of the leaves were wilted, that kind of thing. Another reason is inflation, and I guess that's hitting the whole world, the U.S. As well. But even here, you can feel it. The prices are going up, and but I don't think that's a major contributor. Simply because the market here is more locally established and more locally driven. You have a lot of people with their own gardens and small farms that are putting out the produce. So I don't really expect that that's a big contributing factor to that. And while we're at that, price increases, December, right?
Yeah, every December, normally the prices of like onions and round things or, sorry, round fruits or vegetables, they do increase. Uh, Not only because maybe they really are having a price increase, but most of the Filipinos believe that any round objects are will bring you good luck when you put them in your table.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then shortly after the first of the year, the prices come back down to help the Filipinos, stock their larders again. We were talking about that about pork. That's the other thing that has kind of made some things like pork go up. What is it?
Due to swine flu.
Yep, swine flu. They no longer can import pork between the islands, so you only get the pork on your island. Although I guess probably there's some imports that shouldn't be making it out there, but it is. I mean, I'm getting some bacon like you didn't believe. Along the same lines, let's talk about skin tax. What is a skin tax?
What is a skin tax? I'm not really familiar with it.
Well, skin tax is basically when a Filipino vendor sees a foreigner. The assumption is that foreigner is doing pretty well, or he wouldn't be able to come here and hang out and that kind of thing. So he's got more expendable income. And so if I were to go up to a vendor and see, I don't know, if they don't have prices, and that's the trick. Pay attention. We'll get to that in a minute. But if I go up to somebody that doesn't have any prices list, I'll say, hey, how much are those potatoes there? Well, they may come to me and say, oh, they're 200 per kilo. And and knowing better, okay, I'll keep looking around, and I'll move on. And we've done some tests where I'll have Kath go out and ask the same vendors, and how much are the potatoes? And they'll give her a price of maybe 140, 120 sometimes. You never really know. And then there's other people that'll stick to their pricing as well. And when you go to the Valencia Market, you're going to find that the vendors in a specific area will kind of try and keep their prices the same. So it behooves you to go around maybe one time, get an idea of where everything's at and what pricing things are at, who has the best, freshest produce at the best price, and then go ahead and make your second round and pick those up at the best pricing. Because you literally could probably save, 500 pesos, $10 just by going around one time and then picking the best.
Yes,
Yeah?
you're right.
Okay. So that's what a skin tax is, basically. It's just if there's a foreigner involved, you may very well be charged more. Don't be afraid to haggle down. And I do it. If they won't haggle down, I know I can get it at a price up, I'll just keep going. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people say, you're a foreigner, you're stingy, No, it's part of everyday business here. So be frugal with your money and you'll be here a long time.
Yeah, and I just want to add a little something about that. Sometimes when a foreigner talks about their experience in buying produce in the market or having their transportation, they normally get charged a little higher because maybe a local was expecting that he has a more buying power, he has more money to pay for it, and it's not everybody does that, but
Correct.
you just have to know that it can happen. So he's right when he said that if you think that the price is too much, don't be shy to like ask for a bargain or a discount, because it's not about being stingy. It's about watching your finances and making sure that
That you stretch your dollar. You get the most out of every one so that your life can be lived to the fullest here in the Philippines. And what I would recommend is that if you're gonna, if you're not sure what something is, let your Filipina go ahead of you. Don't walk right by them when they walk up, and don't act like you're with them. Just let her go up there and do the work, and you just sit back and look how cute she looks doing it, and then smile when she comes back and gives you change. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
it's still nice to have your boyfriend walks with you when you were doing your marketing or
Of
you're
course.
getting your produce.
Of course. You don't want her looking around saying, where'd he go? And also, once you acclimate to where everybody's at, you're going to meet a few vendors that you feel like they're charging a good price, and make friends with them. Say hi to them every week. Revisit them over and over again. Even if you don't need something that week and you're going to pass up their thing, stop by anyways and say hi. Maybe pick up one or two small items and go on. The point is you want to build up a rapport with some of these vendors, because when they see you coming, they're going to treat you right. And I've got some more little tips on how to get some of the freshest meat you possibly can, but I'm going to say that for a different video coming up soon. What about better prices? I mean, do you think the Valencia Market is a good place to get the food when it comes to pricing, or could I get better prices somewhere else?
Okay. For me, Valencia Market is a good place to get your produce, because I think lots of people are bringing their produce there to sell. But price-wise, you can definitely find better prices on street vendors. Like just a few yards from here, we have a small store.
Yeah.
We have a few stores there that sells like vegetables and fruits that are way lesser than in the Valencia Market.
Yeah, and some of them we'll actually see at the Valencia Market on Sunday, and the prices are about 20% more. I mean, they have to, because there is a cost to be there, and the fact that there's more people there, makes it worth their while. Yeah, you definitely want to go to the street tables. You can be driving down the road, and you'll see somebody with a little table set up selling mangoes, and the mangoes can be 80 pesos per kilo, whereas at the market you'll pay 150, 160 easy, sometimes more when it's a little out of season. So keep your eyes open for that. Stop by. My big tip here is don't buy a lot the first time. Buy just a few, take them home, try them. If they're delicious, if they're sweet, go back and get some more. Otherwise, you may find you buy a dozen of them and get home and they're not ripe, or they're sour, or whatever the case may be. Of course, there's the wet markets available too that are every day. You don't have to wait for Sunday. It's a good place to get some of the freshest stuff there.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about your experience on the fruits that we get from the market. What is your favorite so far?
That's pretty easy. We've tried a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them. Some of them I've never even heard of, and they're good. But my two favorite are pineapple and mango. And yeah, you can get fresh pineapple in the U.S., but it's shipped into Walmart or wherever from Hawaii, and it's been on a boat for a month, and it's just not the same. When I came here and we peeled one open and had the first taste, oh my God, it was amazing. Same thing with mangoes. Mangoes are so much different than what I had from Florida. They're sweet, and they're like a cross between a peach and a pear, and it's just so delicious. So, yeah, I'm glad you reminded me of that, because I'm telling you what, I could live on those two things alone. So, is there anything else I
How
can talk
about
about?
me?
What?
You said you can live in those two things alone.
Well, I'm talking about fruits. I'm not talking about... So, everybody, thank you for joining and watching the video. We hope you found it informative and helpful. If not, at least a little fun. If you did, please make sure you like the video, subscribe, of course, we'd love that. And then comment down below if you have any questions or maybe you have some better ideas how to save some money.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.